easier to follow because some images will be clearer.
Okay. Is anyone listening to the YouTube stream right now? Or could anyone go listen to the YouTube stream and find out if we are hearing the prompter twice? Here's the YouTube link.
I'm on the YouTube right now.
Okay. Can you hear prompter? Can you just recite the alphabet or something for a second?
A, B, C, D. No?
Reason, are we hearing her doubled? Oh, he can't hear me. Okay. Well, I hope not. I hope not. I'm getting a signal from OBS that maybe it's doubled, but it should be okay. Okay, so now it is on the hour, and we are starting Promptcraft Live.
Yeah, it seems to sound like an echo.
It sounds like twice.
She
Okay,
speaks.
let me fix that.
It wasn't knowing. It just sounded like she was in a small place.
Let me see if this improves it, though. Okay. Westendorf and Reason, I'm going to ask the prompter to speak again and tell me if I have fixed it, okay? Prompter,
Have you fixed it? Let's see if you fixed it. Fix it. Now.
Was that better, the same, or worse?
Was it worse? We lost them.
We did.
Oh, okay.
That's quite a delay.
Sounds the same.
Sounds the same. It's fixed? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So let me stop streaming. Well, no, it's okay. Whoever's listening to this, I hope they fast forwarded a little bit. All right. So now I'm going to start the event. Do-do-do-do.
Ta-da!
Now it is officially the top of the hour, and we have entered Promptcraft Live. Promptcraft Live is our advanced user group here at Midjourney. We are a artist community of, over 20 million people, and a certain number of those people will join us here on Discord, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch to discuss Midjourney and Midjourney related workflows. And today we have a guest speaker. Her name is the prompter, Arina Shemaya. I'm going to get it wrong. I practiced and everything. Shemeva.
I'll give you a lesson offline.
Okay. And she is very well known in the Facebook Midjourney community, and graces us with her presence here in the Discord portion of the Midjourney community sometimes, and she's going to share some how-to tips and techniques. Now, I am going to tread water for a little bit, Arina, so that we have give some time to for people to join. But I wanted to give that introduction at the front for the recording, for the purposes of the recording. So I might have to introduce you again in about 5 minutes when we get started. Those of you who are watching this as a recording or on the stream, feel free to skip forward a little bit to when we begin. That's fantastic. Promptcraft. That's right. Yeah, Niji 7 does a really great job with text, but our version 8 will too.
Yeah, it's just all the other details looks very messy.
Crisp.
Hi, Sympholia. Good to see you. Hello, Hal. Let's see, let me unmute Sympholia here. I will unmute Collect. Hello, hello. Welcome to Promptcraft Live. We will get started in just a few minutes.
Happy New Year to all that I haven't seen since last year.
I know, a whole year ago.
Mhm.
Good to see you. We will get started in just a few minutes. Today, we will be hearing a little bit from Irina, the prompter. I have the slides displaying on my screen and an image of the text of the link to the presentation is in the chat. Let me give you a clickable link if you want to view them locally. You can try. Oh, there we go. Heembo got it. Thanks, Eames. Mr. Bo, appreciate that. Welcome, Wonder Studio. Welcome, Bob Ann. Good to see you. All right. We're just waiting another 2-3 minutes to give people an opportunity to get into the classroom. Welcome, D. Simone. Good to see you. We will get started in just a few minutes. You have joined Midjourney's Promptcraft Live. Promptcraft Live is the advanced users group for Midjourney. We do all kinds of things during Promptcraft Live. Sometimes it's podcast-like discussion of AI research. Sometimes it's looking into some of the more esoteric or complex workflows involving Midjourney. Today, we have a guest speaker from the Facebook Midjourney community. There are islands of Midjourney community all over the internet. There's Reddit and Facebook and here on Discord and just all over the place. And the prompter, or Irina, is runs some of the larger Facebook groups. And she's here to share some of her tips and techniques, mainly around exploration and aesthetics. So we will get started with that in just a few minutes. If you think you would like to use your microphone at some point during this event, just let us know in chat and someone will unmute you. Irina, what's the weather like here? We had a massive ice storm and the ice and snow is still piled on the ground, but it's otherwise, nearly, well, it's fairly warm. It's like 45, 50 degrees. Everything's melting. The sun is out. The sky is blue.
Well, it's spring here. It's the sun is out. Everything is in bloom.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Mm. We usually skip spring and go like winter, take a breath, summer. Melting is so cool, Collect. You should really check it out. It's when there's enough heat in the atmosphere that the ice and snow begins to evaporate back into its gaseous state or into its liquid state, depending. Oh, in December, uh-huh. D. Simone, -15. I don't know how you survive. You're not surviving. Aha. Himbo. That's going to be very interesting to hear about. Kazakhstan is -37. Holy.
I was born at -37 some years ago.
We were not ever actually below zero at any point. It was the feels like temperature was below zero, but the lowest we actually got was like 10. That sounds like a strategy, Simone. Okay, it is 10 after the hour. So let me introduce again our guest speaker, Irina Shemaev, Shemaeva, excuse me, I'm sorry, Irina. She is, and I'm sure she will tell us, I hope you will, about some of the Facebook communities that you run, and tell us about your book, and tell us about what you're going to cover with us today here on Promptcraft Live.
All right. All right. So this is the prompter, Irina Shemaeva.
Shemaeva.
You say it's like the way it's written. It's how it works. I live on Facebook. Here's a link to my Facebook profile. And at the end, in the slides, I will show you some links to my groups. And we have quite a community there. It's this very nice feeling of collaboration. Like we pick each other's prompts and take them away. Next.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Okay.
So this is me with Peaches.
Oh,
I live in the
Peaches.
San Francisco. Peaches. Hi, Peaches. This is San Francisco. I live in San Francisco Bay Area. My education was to prove theorems. I never applied to anything. I spent my first career writing software and the second career talent sourcing, which involves internet research, which is a lot of fun. And I know a lot about it, and I have a name there. And then last January, a year ago, I retired. And the main reason for that was Midjourney. Got completely addicted. I told my partners I'm taking off, and I have been enjoying Midjourney full time for the last year. Altogether, I have spent about 3 years with Midjourney. Next. So the way I think about Midjourney is it's my collaborator. It's my buddy. I get to know it. It gets to know me. And when I run a prompt, I look at the result and think, what does it want from me? So the image you see on the screen is obviously it wanted me to do a different aspect ratio. So I go with it. Okay. So if you see those black stripes, it's obvious, but there are many other reasons that it can hint you what it wants to hear from you. And then the two of you result in something wonderful. Next. A lot of people are used to trying to be in control. Don't we want all to have control over our lives? Like my son does, obviously. Everything he does, I can see him wanting to be in charge. But and nothing is wrong with long prompts, especially if you're going after something specific, if you're a crafter. Maybe sometimes you must do a long prompt. But if you're an explorer, sometimes just a word and some parameters, which it gives us plenty, can result in something nice and often unexpected. Next. So this prompt was a couple words, like simple scene or something like that. No parameters. And unexpectedly wonderful results. Next. So if you write long prompts, that's fine, but you will give yourself more space, more outputs, more possibilities if you go with a short prompt. And one way to do that, for example, you have mood boards. I'm sure everybody does. Give it the word red as a prompt. And here are some results. You didn't have to think hard about what you want to see. Now, if I see something interesting here, I may go with a sheep and tomato with some details along with the same mood board and expand it, right? Next. And there is definitely no need for proper English. You can say red, you can name something, you can move your adjectives around for some variations. So just go loose, leave like these sentences can float. And the order of the words may, if you change it in unexpected ways without following the proper grammar, you may result in something interesting.
Irina,
Next.
would you like
Yeah.
me to hold questions till the end or ask them while you're speaking?
Ask them.
Okay, so my question is, you said writing short prompts like just the word red gives Midjourney space to fantasize.
Yep.
How does that work? Why does that give Midjourney space to fantasize?
Well, it doesn't hear enough from you, right? So it goes on its own exploration. Midjourney has this vast space where it can pick images, and it may go into some directions that you wouldn't even know of.
So it's like missing information. So it's filling in information that you have intentionally created. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Like
So,
give it, stop working, relax. Give it, push all the work to Midjourney to figure it out.
Lovely. Okay.
Mhm.
Let me get you back on. Okay, this is the right slide?
I think it's the next slide. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
very long prompts, and the person who wrote this thing that I would never be able to read from start to end, like, why didn't it do X and Y? For the first thing I do, I would go to ChatGPT and say, reduce it to an absolute minimum, or create an absolute minimal prompt for Midjourney. It knows quite a bit about Midjourney. And if it still gives me a paragraph, I can say, make it even more minimal. And then I go with the result. And then we can figure out why the person has three hands or anything. Yeah.
Very nice. I have to put a caveat that untrained ChatGPT, even if it searches the web, is unlikely to produce prompts that are high in prompt adherence. But they will, as Irina's pointing out, produce prompts that are lovely for exploration.
Yeah, correct. I agree. So misspellings. I'm highly dyslexic. I cannot type a word right. And early on, like around version 5, I created this prompt family breakfast. And it does get the sense of it, but it goes into something completely ridiculous. Okay, so the one in the corner is 5.2, and this is the current version, which I find also lovely.
Simone has a question. Let me unmute you, Simone. Or you can type, whichever you prefer.
I just have a quick question.
Sure.
I work with fashion, right? And I need to describe how the fabric moves as the model walks.
Oh.
So how do I prompt with the prompt building? Because I have to describe the face has to be a certain way and the makeup has to be a certain way. And I find that, it works better if I describe the makeup instead of saying, dramatic makeup. Otherwise it comes out like really weird. And, I say microscopic pores, I said some, and it comes out beautifully, right? So, but then the clothes come out strange. But as she walks down the runway, I need to describe the silk, flows a certain way. It's against her silhouette. If it's velvet, it needs to be heavier. How do I describe this? And then as she walking, is she walking with a strut? Is she walking a little, hard, things like that. I need to be able to do minimally, but sometimes I have to stack it.
Simone, Himo asks if you're making a video.
No, sometimes it has to, I do like a cinematic description. You know what I mean? So like if I'm saying like she's mid-walk.
You want to paste an example of your prompt in an output?
Let me see. Yeah, let me.
This will definitely not work out with the short prompt, but you can still try to keep it to a minimum and hint on what to see as an output. And obviously, you have to practice. Like you run a prompt, you see, oh, the silk doesn't move a certain way. So what you can do is, run it a few times. You may want to create a mood board, for example, fashion mood board with models that wear silk outfits, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Let me
And
see if I can.
like after we're done here, or maybe during so I have, I think, 45 slides. When we're done with
Sure.
them,
Yeah, I'm just wondering because I'm like looking at this. I'm like, okay, minimal, and then I'm like thinking in my head, if I forget this, I'm not going to be able to remember. You know what I mean? If I
yeah,
forget this, I'm not going to remember. That was redundant.
I'm with you. You can find me on Facebook or I don't know, anywhere. Google my name, and
Sure.
we play with your prompts. And I would go with a mood board.
Okay.
Create the mood board out of Google for images that look like what you have in mind. Put them
Yeah,
in
like I have.
and add
Okay,
this.
so say she's walking. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. You can also work with omnireference. So omnireference tries to understand the sense of what you're putting there, not the visual stuff, but the concept. So you can do a walkie model and put the type of silk materials there and go with that, right? You can
Okay.
make dresses out of the silk you put in omnireference. Another way, and I'll be talking about that, you create images that just display the silk material, and then you remix it. You do very strong over the silk stuff and say that somebody's wearing it. And
Yeah.
then from somebody who's wearing it, you can put them on a stage walking, couple steps. Am I making sense?
Yeah. Like her hair is moving and everything else, but it's like I can't get her clothing to move.
Well, Simone, I'm going to interrupt and just in my capacity as MC here and say, let's put that in the parking lot until we're further along, just on the off chance that Arena actually covers your question in further slides.
Sounds good.
And we'll come right back. We'll come right back. Okay, thanks. Arena, carry on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
I am trying to move on.
Push it. Okay.
Okay.
So, and or not, /describe is totally not attuned to doing a good output prompts. And one thing it may do is say this or that. But Midjourney does not understand the Boolean logic. The only thing it understands is and. And here are a couple examples. And the first I asked it, and see why I wanted you to download the slides, because you can barely see it here, right? So in the first slide, I said no apples in the basket. And the second, I said either oranges or grapes. And obviously it takes us as an and. One thing I didn't have a slide for, I hit it last time, I think half a year ago, so, is when you're using negation, -- no, and some words after that, it doesn't take the words after that as a phrase, even if you quote it. It takes each and every word after no and lowers its weight. So the example I had last time was pets, no black cats. And it's not that it excludes black cats, it excludes black and cats, and it drew ginger puppies. So it's kind of relevant, but not exactly this. Next. So we, on our groups, we run daily challenges. And sometimes there would be a challenge and I would start generating and it looks like the output is all over the place. So how do we find out whether Midjourney really knows? So Midjourney has a learning set for which it learns various things, and obviously it can miss something. So this style less nebis that I didn't know about before, I learned about it. I tried to paste it into Google, saw these images. Next. And then this is what Midjourney created. Now, is it this style or not? What I did first, I misspelled the term. Now, we already know that if you misspell the term a little bit, it may still adjust. It may guess what you had in mind. So I misspelled one letter, and then I misspelled two, and it was still very similar type of output. So that makes me conclude that it doesn't know what it is. Now, a thing to know is that in the new version not the new, just version of Niji has a different learning style. So maybe, not likely, but it may know what the style is if it got there. And then you can ask ChatGPT, which I did. I asked, is it this style and what style this is? And it clearly told me that it's not that style, and it told me what style it is. Okay. Debugging. I see people, again, write long prompts or combine several things and then conclude that something is not working. So the thing to do, and I have a software engineering past, which completely applies here. You have to narrow it down to complete minimum. I remember somebody decided that Midjourney doesn't know about hedgehogs because they tried to draw a hedgehog in the company of a few other animals, and the hedgehog was missing. So try to draw just the hedgehog. And then while you're debugging, change one thing at a time. Otherwise, you would have no clue what creates a certain output.
I have a question, Irina.
Mhm.
My
Yeah.
question is about debugging. How would you characterize the difference between debugging regular software and debugging AI?
I don't know. I think how would you? I think they're very similar. If I debug software, I narrow it down to a couple lines of code and see if that works, what that produces behavior, and then I can grow. I can grow from there. I can roll
Because
back all the code, all the words that I did before, and see at what point it breaks, and then work on that.
I guess I'm asking because in a prompt, the debugging that you're suggesting is treats each token as a discrete variable that has a single effect, whereas in diffusion, none of the tokens are independent of the others, and so
I agree. Absolutely, yeah. But it will give you some idea, and then you can
I
test,
see.
a combination of two tokens. How do they affect each other?
I see.
right?
So you're just saying
And
in the principle of it works. Maybe it's not literally how diffusion works, but the principle of debugging still works with prompting.
you're kind of filtering out what you want to see, and then you roll back all the complexities you had at the beginning. But with each complexity added back, you see what happened.
Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
sure, diffusion is much more complex than what we're doing here. It's helpful. It doesn't solve.
It is helpful. It is. Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, next slide.
Mhm.
Okay, thanks. Oop, boink.
Now, I colored this slide because I wanted to stand out. So dash dash X stands for what? Experimental. And I don't see people use it a whole lot. But if you use dash dash X with the default model, especially if you use a high dash dash stylize, it will create non-admirable output. But if you're using an sref or a mood board or a combination, I always go for the value as high as possible. You know, I'm by now I'm used to writing dash dash X 100, and you get you just get way better, way more interesting images. I don't know if this demonstration is good enough, but if you go to my profile, you'll see this X used there all the time, unless I'm not using mood boards and stuff.
Why would it do that? Why does it? What is it for? What is it? I mean,
What?
EXP.
So the parameter dash dash exp enhances your outputs if you use a mood board, and you can test it. Like, not always. Sometimes it doesn't make it worse ever, but sometimes it makes similar outputs. But sometimes it really enhances in what way? More balanced, more details, especially more visually appealing. I use dash dash X, I get 10 times more likes on Facebook. It shouldn't be called experimental, it should be called an enhancer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Sounds
it sounds subjective, but I think, Irina, you're for people who like that look, you're saying it'll help move you toward that look.
You know, it's subjective, but I have 30,000 followers and I can see what they like and what they don't. So I rely on their opinion as well. And yeah. Okay, let's go. Oh, sure, it's nothing. I'm not trying to show off. I'm just saying that there's an audience that helps me judge. And sometimes I cannot predict what they will like. And there's Facebook, which has mean algorithms. Like out of my following, I tested. It shows my post to 0.05% of the people. Okay. Anyway, so any other questions before I continue? So mood boards, typically I and other, everybody create mood boards out of similar images. Like I would have an output, I like one of the images, I would vary it, select like 5, 10 images, put them in a mood board and start using it. But there is, and the site says it, if you create a mood board out of a bunch, I typically use my images. I just scroll vertically for a variety, put them in a mood board, and then start using this mood board. And the output can be very nice.
I'm just trying to load your mood board here.
It's
What?
slow, yeah.
There, I got it. There's a period at the end of the. Let me fix that.
Scroll
Let me fix that. Okay.
Scroll down here.
Scroll down.
Past.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So you can see I put, I draw a lot. So I put images for the last couple days here. And I draw in all sorts of styles. So there's a huge variety of things that went here. And we can go back to the slides and see what they are. So here's a prompt and the next slide. No, it's not the right prompt for this one. Continue going. I'll tell you later what the.
Here, I'll run it. Do you want me to run it?
Sure. I have it in the next slide, but sure, run it.
Okay. So we get
Yeah,
this sort of
very
thing.
similar outputs. I wonder why. I was getting like completely different, and you'll see them in the slide after. But sometimes it happens, and to judge any output, like if it surprises you, run it another time, and then you'll see the tendency. And this had a different prompt. Some traces of aliens. Oh, there were some traces of aliens in my backyard. I think this was the prompt, pretty short. And this is with a diverse mood board.
How many images do you have in the mood board?
For the diverse mood board, a couple hundred maybe. Doesn't matter. I mean, as long as it goes beyond, let's say how many? Beyond, I don't know, 50, 60, it's good enough if they're
A
diverse.
lot. Yeah. I don't know where the count is, Himbo. Doesn't look like there's a count.
I do mood boards like all the time. I'm approaching 1,000 mood boards, if you can believe that. The output is not chaotic at all.
It's
It's
not?
just very diverse, right?
Okay.
Move on.
Ah. Do.
Yeah, this was one of the outputs for previous for the financial district. And you can see that they're all over the place.
I love these. This one is
Yeah.
especially cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
All right. So another way to create a mood board is to Google. And I have a friend in Boston who like exploits my art all the time, and she has a huge family, and we have she's a classmate, and she would say, let's draw for somebody's birthday, let's create their hometown. So they would Google for photos, and then I put them in a mood board and go from there. The way to search for images, you cannot do it straight from the browser. It does not give you the way to search for photos in the options. So you have to go with a piece of, you have to play with the URL. The URL for images is this, TBS, and then there is a search operator. It's a search operator that is applicable only to image search, which is image size, and then you give it the size. So here is an example how to search for large photos of London, exactly this size. You can search for larger.
Fantastic.
And then, if you want to look for something interesting, not interesting, of course, but for something different, we had Irish people, Czech, so forth. You go and in your text editor, you change London for that. You go with that, then you download, I don't know, a couple dozen, put them in a mood board, and go from there. You can, and from there you can, for example, use the mood board, but do oil paintings of London.
Very nice.
Ne-
A note from Arena, I have to say, a note from Midjourney official. We do not condone or allow breaking any IP rules or copyright or trademark in order to create mood boards or other image references. We assume that any images that you're bringing into Midjourney, you have permission to use. So
Sure.
although I'm just going to look away from this slide and
Sure.
and just make sure that you remain cognizant of those rules and our terms of service.
So the style generator, I think, needs some work. To me, it's very unclear what it does, but it creates cool outputs. Like I hate cartoons and comics, really. And at some point, I was working with it, and I started going towards, some ugly characters with teeth. Like how did we get there? But it does create styles that I wouldn't have come up with the rest of the tools. This is an example. Again, very simple prompt, but it creates very attractive still lives. Next. Now, they can be used together, bringing both styles into one picture. You can use a bunch of those. And then you can use them with individual weights. I very much miss weights in Midjourney 7. I do hope they will come back. I don't know what Clarinet would say about that. So the next slide will show you style references combined, applying different weights to each style reference. Oh, nice. Thank you so much for the image.
Oh, I love it, TR. And yeah, I don't think
Okay.
we'll see weights come back, Arena. I think they've decided that that's for power users and there's not enough of us. That's just
Oh,
my
God.
theory. I know. Disappointing because I miss them too. You're so right.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we have challenges like crate horses with 2 heads and 8 legs, and weights would have helped a lot.
Yeah.
Now, was there a slide before?
Oh, sorry. Did I move too fast? This is the slide we were on.
Yeah, so the third, yeah. Okay, let's move on. I
Okay.
wanted to show some weights, but also I have experimented with negative weights. I have no clue what they do. If anybody can
Yeah, we know what they do.
what do they do?
So each SREF is you might think of them as a series of vectors that send your prompt within the latent space. It sends the particle of your prompt sent in a direction. And so what the putting a negative weight on it does is reverse those vectors,
Mhm.
sends in the opposite direction, or reduces the momentum in the direction it was going. So I mean, it like if those vectors were taking you toward red and you lower the weight a little bit, then it's taking it toward red at a lower speed. You know, changes the inertia.
Well, it makes sense. Yeah.
So it's very
I'm
cool.
gonna-
It's fun to play with, and you can do really obvious experiments to see how it works by finding an incredibly blue SREF and an incredibly green SREF, you know, and
Right.
like and try and play with the weights, and you'll see, you know, how those vectors change. Yeah, that's
Question
why
is,
I'm saying vectors collect.
how do you find the SREF is a question.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's kind of unknowable, which is very cool for experimentation and exploration. Because I mean, when I look at an SREF, I might say, "Oh, well, it's very blue and kind of vintage," and that's like 2 of maybe 5,000 classifications that Midjourney has made about that style. And so when I stick a negative weight on it, all sorts of crazy things will change. And only some of which will I have been able with my puny human mind to have guessed. Because exactly what is the opposite of cat?
That is a question, Marina.
Yes, I am unmuting our speaker. Go ahead, Simone.
Hey, I have a question. I have a mood board and the style is extremely strong. And it's just called Black Tool. And I don't know how to bring the strength of it down now that we can't do negative weights or whatever you're talking about.
Straightforward. Dash
What was that?
S10 and see what happens. Even
I
at low weights, some mood boards affect it very strongly. So -S is the parameter to work with, almost always, to increase or decrease the influence.
That's right.
Right.
It's stylized.
Silence.
Yeah, and I know it's a style and the stylized, and I'm just like, I love it. But it's like it's so strong that it ends up making all of my images that style. I just want a little bit of that style in there.
Yeah. Try setting stylized to 1 or 2.
Yeah, I wanted to say that too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I still would do, but that's a weight.
No, stylize is a parameter that is more complex than weight, and weight really does something different than stylize. What you want, what you're describing, would be better helped with stylize than it would with a weight.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Also work on your prompt. Put some words into the prompt describing what you want to see more precisely.
Yeah, and I've done that, but it still comes out like it's very much I don't know how to explain it. Moulin Rouge ish, but it's like
Yeah, I know what
really
you're saying.
crazy. And I'm just like, whoa, that's a lot.
I would be happy to chat with you after this or on a day when you're
Okay.
free and play
Yep.
with prompts. Find me, and I'm really happy to do that. Yeah.
It'd be
that's-
great. Thank you.
Okay, should I do next slide or are we? Okay.
No.
Ooh, these are pretty.
This slide should be a little higher up. So as reference comes with weights, and this slide shows one SREF affected more than the other. So I should move it 3 slides up. So we've been through this. We can move on. Yeah, and this too. Next. And this is the answer to your question that you have just asked. So the mood board is the simple, very simple style. So if I use it at the default S, which is stylized, which is 100, it creates something primitive, and it stays on this for a while. But if I start lowering it, it starts paying more and more attention to the prompt. Yeah. Next. Same story. So this is on the top you see with no default style is 100. On the bottom it's 900, and again it's subjective, but I like the bottom's images better. And what would be the adjectives to describe what has more of? Aesthetics, whatever, details, clarity. Next. Now, the numbers are not linear. I remember one of our Facebook people said that it doesn't make a difference after going from 250 to 1,000, and the main differences happen in the lower range of the values. So I slap -S 500, 600, 900 to my prompts that don't have mood boards, and it enhances them about in the same amount. So this is how it works at the beginning, and it's true about any parameter you work with pretty much. At the lower ranges make a difference, and then it's about the same later.
I can give you more information about that prompter. This is what you've drawn is a tidy curve, but there's a lot of our parameters that this curve would be a roller coaster. So there's a slope, there's a steep slope in like 2 places, but not consistently everywhere. So the lower values, like between, like an ORAF is a great example, like between 0 and 100 is one slope, but then nothing much changes until you hit 400, and then 400 to 800 is another, and then nothing much changes until you hit the last 100. Like, so it's nothing's been normalized is all I'm saying, which it would be great if they were all normalized, but they're not normalized to each other. So they don't all go to the same range. Like weird goes all the way to 3,000. It's not normalized with stylized. And other things go to 100, and which is not normalized to the ones that go to 1,000, which is not normalized in the ones. Anyway, I know the same range in a linear progression. I almost wonder if that would hurt us instead of help us, because it would be so predictable. Like you could be like, I don't know. I wonder if everyone's stuff would look more samey if it was all very, very normalized and predictable.
Right.
But
so this
anyway.
slide totally does not apply to omnireference. Omnireference has its own mind about the values. But with that, yeah. Okay. Next. Clarinet, if you want to do some demos with about that, we can do that now later.
About what? Sorry. Chaos?
About the previous slide, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
said
can.
you do some demos, maybe now or later. We can continue with the slide, maybe not to do too much interruption.
Yeah. Carry on.
So I imagine all of the possible outputs as a space, multi-dimensional space. And a particular image would have neighbors that are like this image or not. And it all depends on the particular prompt and parameters. So here, a high chaos, which shouldn't be called chaos, but should be called variety, creates something similar. But this is more of an exception. So it depends on what you're moderating, modifying rather. And of course, you can test it. You can judge depending on the first output, and then you can run it a few times, and then you can pick an image and try different chaos values. If your outputs are way too similar, you might want to run it with some chaos to do variety. Next.
Tell me, sorry, I didn't catch what image topology was in this.
The multidimensional space of all the outputs
Okay.
for a given prompt.
Okay.
What are the neighbors? You typically hit.
Oh, I see. You mean in latent space. This is within latent space. I got you. Okay.
Yeah. So you typically hit it somewhere in the middle. If you hit it accidentally somewhere on the edge, it could be an interesting output. Then you can try to go for its neighbors and see what comes up. Yeah.
Okay.
With the value. So traveling in the space. Now, remixing is a big time, a great thing. I feel that its outputs are greater because you're applying the algorithm like kind of twice. So what you do for your remix with the similar or the same prompt, but in a different version with different parameters, with different mood boards, which is different from combining those mood boards. So here on the left, there's a Niji output, on the right, the default output based on that. Next. There are more examples. So on the right, it's Niji outputs. On the left, it's the default outputs that came out of it. Oh.
Well, that didn't work. I thought I'd try to zoom in, but I screwed it up instead. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm taking us back. Okay. And now I'm taking us back to the right size. Okay. We were here.
Yeah, we were here. So you can see, and both outputs I find to be nice, but on the right, and then you can continue, right? You can rerun it with SOX 6.1, go back to Niji, and every time you would be getting different styles and interesting outputs. So remixing is a great thing. And then when you are remixing, you can completely change the prompt. So very strong. On the right, on the left, I have some summarized, and I ran very strong and said it's a T set, and here's what it came up with. Yeah, next. So this is the same image that I converted to a jewelry box and to a bedroom. You can see how it picks the style, and like out of it, it creates some scenery or objects. Yeah, next.
How is that different from what does it look like if I use this as an ORAF and ask for a bedroom?
Different. You can try it. It's sort of a similar line of thought, but this way it will be very different, and we can run some experiments maybe later.
Okay.
Let's finish the slides first. so I have this friend who is an abstract artist, and I play with her. She's an actual artist. She paints them with a finger on her tablet. So on the left here is an image I already had played with, and on the right we have an output somewhere in London, Soho, and then Oscar winners. She knows this. Midjourney knows the guy very well, by the way.
That's cool.
Here is a different example. The first messy image comes from 5.2, and then the other two images came from the from remixing with Niji and Default. Now, Midjourney does something very nice. If your prompt has some things that are not visual at all. There's a style called liminal, which I love. I got to know it, and it creates liminal outputs if you do some pointing to time. So the first Wednesday of every night and so forth. If you remember the tip for drawing, one of the tips for drawing normal people, not movie stars, in 6.1 was to give them some qualities. If you write, Lisa, who is an accountant in Chicago, her cousin solves puzzles at the end of the day. The solves puzzle gives her very normal appearance. And here, so if you set a time, in some ways, of course, it does not apply to anything visual, but then it goes into, it spices up your image. Anybody likes liminal style?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so next. A way to do consistent characters, we know some, we know, images that combine them, we know omnireference and character reference in the previous version. A good way to also is to create a video with your character doing something and then just clip. It's pretty straightforward.
Mm.
And of course you have the same character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next. So this was a question somebody posted on our group. The guy had a house far away in the woods, and the question was how to get a close shot of the door. So we created a video where it gets closer and got the door.
Oh, nice idea.
And got it very close, only like in 10-second video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Upscale creative, just a tip, improves faces. So the guys initially had very weird teeth and eyes, which I hate. A friend of mine said that she likes the initial image better. It's a matter of taste.
Which one was initial? This one or this one?
The one on the left is initial, and the one on the right is cleaned
Oh yeah,
up.
I much prefer the left one.
Ha, ha, ha.
The right, no, I do. The right one is all blurred out and smooth. But Irina, you're absolutely right. That's what creative was invented for. I mean, that creative upscale was intentionally designed to smooth, clean up, straighten out, and it has a little facial recognition doodad in it, which is supposed to correct faces. So it really does do that. That's not your imagination. But I don't like the way it Vaseline lens everything myself. I like the texture, the painterly texture of the one on the left. But you're right,
Yeah.
it does correct faces. That's what it does.
Next. Oh, somebody, so we absolutely don't like those frames that Midjourney sometimes creates. I don't know who wants that. and somebody in subtle, very maybe. So somebody suggested this idea. You go into the editor, you select part of it, leaving only one frame, and then you press enter, and it creates an image that doesn't have the other stuff included. And you can create like 3 out of this. I thought it was
It's a great hack. I think this is also used fairly often by the Victor Gnarly workshops.
okay.
Because it's of course a great way to add comic panels to graphic novel storytelling, right?
Yeah.
So fantastic.
Next.
Ooh, I like them.
So I'm going towards the end of the slides. I will show you some fun prompts. Here is one. It's a diverse mood board. Next. It's also a diverse mood board. Next. I don't know if anybody gets this message from Midjourney.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Next. So thank you so much. This is the end of my slides. Weird is not compatible with Morvia. And Niji is not compatible with mood boards. So stop trying to control and start responding to it. Next.
Whoa, went the wrong way.
So these are some references. This is my page. I get 1.5 million views per month, which beats my lifetime views of my popular professional blog, amazingly. And then groups. So this best creation group is happening. We've grown over 110K members. We have an amazing team of 8 admins. We chat every day. We give people challenges all the time. This is a liminal Midjourney exclusively. If you see liminal, you get no spam, which is delightful. So there's no effort in moderating it. And then this group, I want people to join it. This is a group, one of my admins from the large group and I created. And the rules are, A, always share, like Midjourney only, obviously. Always share prompts and only respond to challenges. And we have 2-3 challenges every day. And I have not seen anywhere, I've not seen the quality better than this group has. Like every post has masterpieces, really. I mean, at least check it out. The last image my partner created was puzzles. Before that, she ran samurai. And I do, like, if you scroll through the posts, it's just outstanding what people create here. My previous was road signs. This was samurais. This is my samurais. This one too.
Very nice.
Yeah, delightful. I mean, it's as always. It's a little, and then it was a road. It's my road sign image. As always, it's hard to grow, but hopefully we will grow. But even as of now, it's delight. Oh, I ran a challenge, refrigerator magnets.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, one thing about OmniReference, it takes into account the size of your prompt. So it created huge magnets, larger than the refrigerators. I am done with my slides.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. We look forward to seeing your creations. So share prompts, challenges only, but challenges run forever. You can go to any previous challenge. And that's it. So I'm done with the, oh, you know what I want to do also now before we go into some demos and questions and more
Yeah.
questions. Go to my profile. Let's see some videos.
Okay, give me just a second to bring that up.
Yeah, this.
You
This one.
mean your
Yeah.
Facebook profile? Oh, okay.
Go to Reels. Yeah, go to videos. More. Yeah, up, Reels. Yeah.
Oh, they're called Reels. Of course they are. Anyone
And
in particular?
that's the first one. Nice. Go back. Close it. Well, anything really. Go to the one where people are walking. Yeah. Next. Let's see a couple more and then we'll go to the browser. Whatever you want. This is slides. Scroll down.
Whoa. That one was weird.
So other tools are better than Midjourney, sorry, Clarinet. In
No, it's
videos,
true.
yeah. Well, I would say that maybe Midjourney should concentrate on things that it does best. I don't know. One thing I like though about videos that you can extend them. You know, all those tools create a 5-second thing for you, but in Midjourney you can just press a button and it'll continue going, which is handy.
It is handy. And we do have a dedicated video team, I think. So we might still see some improvements to Midjourney video. And we also have a team on the website. We have a team on the version 8. We probably have a team on version 9 because yeah, go ahead.
Run the one in the top right corner. It's Legos dancing. Okay. Thank you so much. We can now do whatever, go to the browser, answer some questions. You can take
Okay.
over. Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. This has been Promptcraft Live, Midjourney's advanced user group, and we just listened to Arina Shemaeva. God damn it, Shemaeva.
Bye. Oh,
Shemaeva.
perfect.
Yes, I can be taught. Arina Shemaeva, who is the prompter, who has come to us from the Midjourney Facebook community to share some of her tips and tricks for not for prompt adherence, which is what we normally talk about, but for just exploring aesthetics and seeing what's out there with Midjourney. If you have any questions okay, so Simone's question was, how do I control all in the same prompt, the expression on her face, the attitude of her walk, and the behavior of the fabric that she's wearing?
I suggest doing the stuff we discussed, like create the silk first and then make an outfit out of it by a remix. So you go from a picture with silk, very strong, and say in a winning outfit for a show, whatever.
Okay, so you're saying find an image that
No,
has
create an image. Come on. Well, we
what?
can go from there. Create an image.
Well, but I need her to tell me what she means.
Go with the right one. Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying
go
use this as an omni-reference to create the gown?
No, I'm suggesting to start with very strong. We'll do this too.
I can't very strong. It's not my
Okay. Can I just tell you the material we're using?
Yeah.
Okay, try silk taffeta.
Where's silk taffeta? Uh-huh. Do you care what color?
Try blue. That's what I'm on. Blue, like the deep blue.
Like that? This one?
Yeah, why not?
Oh,
Okay,
this is
So I'm going to try my method for just a second here and see what happens if I say a model walks the runway wearing what type of dress?
Just a Rococo style.
A what?
You know what
Rococo? Yeah.
Rococo style. Evening gown made of.
Okay. I'm just curious what this will do. I got to know.
Okay.
I got to know. Does it suggest the fabric of the dress? Or does it suggest, oh, well, it kind of did.
Yeah, the right style. But yeah.
I might have spelled Rococo wrong. Big time.
Yeah. Wait, I can't even see that. You do?
so that. Yeah.
That's really pretty though.
This is great.
See, mine doesn't come out like that.
Okay, so then now tell me the attitude she's supposed to have.
I usually say, wait, what does mine say? Mine doesn't have an attitude. Mine is just normally how the fabric as she walks down. Like mine is usually on a cobblestone street or whatever because it's in Italy.
Okay.
Can you get to mine or no?
Yeah, probably cobblestone street. But what you said you wanted to control her attitude, like she's walking strongly, she's walking softly,
Yeah, gracefully or something like that. Like, because then when I go to video eventually, otherwise she looks like she's jerking her walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what should she be? Should she be casually strolling?
I say gracefully usually.
So Simone, my admins were also watching, saying in the messenger that we should invite you to our groups where we do challenges.
What now? What'd she say? I'm sorry.
groups. If you're on Facebook, come to our Midjourney groups where we help each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my social media is really, my Facebook is really messed up, but I will do that.
You know what I found? I mean, I'm active on Facebook otherwise, especially with my remote friends, which have multiple. So going with the page is a very good idea.
Yeah, here yeah, like some of the faces are really jacked, but I don't even know why. But here I'm gonna get maybe not. Can I please do that? Nope, it's not letting me. Hold on. I'm gonna send you my profile. Maybe you'll see.
Sure.
Um,
I like the one in the street clarinet, the one
Mm.
that's partially covered. Yeah, this one too. But maybe horizontal is not the
Well, I
way
don't.
to.
She said cinematic, so I went for cinematic. But maybe do you do
Vertical.
16:9, 19:6, 19:6,
Yeah.
9:16?
Here, let me see if this way. Here you go.
Yeah. Way around.
This is my profile.
Where? You messaged me?
No, it's
In the
in
messages,
local chat.
Oh. Oh, right. Okay.
so they just look like they're static, and it's really annoying. But you can go. Where is it? Can you go to my stuff here? Can you go to my boards? I don't even know.
I can't go to your boards. No, you have to give me individual links.
This is stupid. Okay. Well, that's my introduction. Yeah. Sorry.
Nice.
Okay, so here's an ornate Rococo gown, maybe,
Well,
sort of. Eh.
where are you? Hold on. Kinda. Okay, I'll show you. Hold on. Let me get to it. And I can't get it to give me a full body one either. It's pissing me off. Sorry.
You have to.
I say sorry.
Let's animate one of those.
Yeah, hold on. Let me give you copy URL. Okay, there's one of them. My favorite. I'm trying to get my favorite one, but the face is so messed up. The one that I fixed. Let me show you.
With a hat. Okay.
Yeah, it never comes out that way. I fixed it, like the face separately, and this is how it came out.
So, Clarion, can we do my thing and start with silk and do very strong in it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After I fixed the face, this is how one of them came out. What? And I can't get rid of the people who sign my stuff.
What?
I get
The
signatures on my stuff.
Oh.
the fake signature things. Yeah, because the style you're mimicking, of course, often has that on it, so it's making up one to be there.
And there's some negations.
I love the backgrounds you're getting.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Stuff.
Evening gown. What kind of shoes does she wear?
I don't have shoes because they never give me a full thing.
What should she wear? Just stilettos? What?
Yeah, I give her like 'cause I'm trying to do it a modernized I get like a booty, like a half boot.
Oh, right. You're
Mhm.
still making the okay.
Yeah, because I've been asked to do well,
I
they're
cannot
giving
spell
me
Rococo to save my life.
mhm.
No, I spelled it right the first time.
Too many people are
Damn
wondering
it.
whether it's your
You can do
profession.
Baroque. You can do Baroque. That might come out better.
Baroque would come out better for sure. I'll use both.
There you go.
Oh,
Okay, so the
And you can continue here. Extend manually. She'll be walking longer.
Hmm. See, it's so pretty. My
Um,
backgrounds are crap, and I can't get a. But mine have a storyline. I'm being featured in AI magazine. She is AI magazine, and they're
What?
giving me like a lookbook and then a long form blog kind of thing. And so it's a storyline about courtesans and their kind of like their travel through time. Like they went through the garden period. They went through the what do you call it, the period where they had a lot of rich materials, and then the plague came, and that's when the blue, I brought in the blue materials, the dark blue, and then came what do you want to call, I always have trouble talking when I'm in here. And then came the Rococo, when they brought themselves back together. They came to France, and they built up not Rococo, sorry, Moulin Rouge. They built themselves up again, and then after that, they have, in the future, they've become what they call fixers. And that's why I've celebrated them, because they are the original women's lib. So
that's excellent.
that's what I told you to keep this series going. So you'll see the light pinks go into like the peacocks and the peacock colors, and which have some browns in it. And then I
Okay.
go into the blues.
Prompter, what type of prompt did you want me to write to start your idea
I want
off here?
to create a picture with silk and then do very strong with the lady walking.
Okay.
Strong.
Oh, dark navy. Right.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, that's pretty.
Okay. So what we're trying to do now is, here's this dark blue, and then if I do a very strong, but I can't change the, oh, there we go. You don't mean very
Yes,
strong. You mean
yeah.
remix.
You have
Yeah, remix. Yeah.
Got it. Model wearing a dark navy silk.
not tulle, just silk.
Oh, taffeta, you said.
Yeah.
Crap. Let me get that right. I was like, it starts with a T. I'll type tool. Okay. Taffeta. One more time with feeling. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Okay.
How do you get these? You get like such fake stuff.
Okay. So then I'm going to do a remix strong, and I'm going to use that same thing, model wearing a Rococo Baroque dark navy silk taffeta evening gown
Lady
walks.
walking.
Huh?
See a lady walking in a dress.
Just, oh, okay. A lady walking in a dress. But do you want me to
No.
add the cobblestone street?
No. Just do this. I'm training you on simple prompts.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to mention her
Yeah, I think it needs to be vertical.
face.
Look, the texture. Oh my, the previous one. See the photo.
So start with this material.
Okay, so let me try. She needs it to be that style of dress, though. So I'll say, lady walking in a Rococo Baroque evening gown. And she needed to be on a cobblestone street.
Okay.
Cobblestone street in a Rococo evening gown, and then you wanted it to be a 916 vertical.
916 vertical. Yo, yes. Yeah,
That's what Irina wanted. So.
sorry. Yeah.
Oops, was that not a remix prompt? What happened? Hold on, I might have messed it up.
A thing that you're mixing with.
I forgot to. We're doing that. All right. Whop. There we go. Ignore this one. Does she need to be walking toward us,
Yeah.
Simone? Okay.
Yes. Well, I need to do both probably, but you know what? I just at this point,
I'm going to say a model then, because they're always facing front.
yep.
And you wanted elegant in there because you think it helps the Who's It's video later. Oh, I
Yeah,
once
I say
again
graceful.
forgot to graceful. A graceful. Okay. Well, no, she's still walking away. Oh, it's because I said walk down.
Say
Oh.
she has dark eyes.
Yeah.
So what do you say? Walking on.
Well,
Just with
dark eyes will work.
you can just see with eyes.
Because Simone, in order for Midjourney to depict the eyes, it's going to have to turn her around. But I once again forgot to make it a.
It's pretty.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right. So this
What
is
did you-
what
there you
Remix does. Does it need to be in daylight by any chance?
go. I think it can be mixed. You know what I mean?
So this is what Arena's process produces.
Beautiful.
I like it.
Very nice. So Arena's process is don't use it as an OREF. Just make the material that you want the dress made of.
Okay.
Step 1. Step 2, click the Remix Strong button. Step 3, put in the prompt, a graceful model with dark eyes, in a Rococo Baroque evening gown. And then when
So
you
when I do the remix, just the words.
What?
what?
When I do remix, I just do the words. I don't add an image.
Right. The remix will put the image in the image prompt tile with the word remix written on it.
Okay.
Do you see how it's happening on my screen?
Right. No, I meant without putting in a new image. Got it.
Yeah, you don't have to put in a new image. You just stop there, and then when you run it, it'll make its best guess about how to turn the elements of that image into to fit the new prompt. So that's how we got this. The way I did it was similar, but I used it as an OREF instead.
Right.
And then I said
Mhm.
a graceful model with dark eyes, and I used the whoops, needs to be 916.
What? How do I keep the dress as continuous? You know.
After you have the look of the dress, replace the OREF with that.
Okay.
So like if I think this is what the dress should look like, then and I need more pictures of her, then instead of using the fabric as my OREF, which creates the dress, I'd use the model herself as an OREF.
Steps. Yeah.
See, OREF usually won't let me use the OREF or remix if there's an OREF.
Yeah, you can't. You have to do one or the other.
Yeah. Okay.
Or one then the other.
It's an image.
So step 1 is to get a picture of the fabric. Step 2 is either to use the fabric as an ORF or to remix the picture you've made of the fabric to get the model. Step 3 would be to then use your favorite picture of the model as an OREF to create further pictures of the same person in the same gown.
I'm not going to remember. Okay.
You want me to say it
So-
again so you can write it down?
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to do that. Sorry, fabric, and then
So
step two
step one is to create a picture of the fabric.
Mhm.
Step two is to use that. It depends. Step two can either be to use the fabric as an OREF and make a dress, or step two is to use the remix feature, click the strong button, replace the prompt with a description of the model, and Midjourney will try to incorporate this fabric when it makes the dress on the model. Okay. Then you have that's how you get a picture of the model, like this. And once you have a picture of the model in the dress that you like, that becomes your OREF for further pictures of her in that particular gown. And that's how you get your consistency.
Okay, so then I do the fabric. Then I do write a prompt with the OREF of that fabric.
Right. Or a remix. You could try both methods. We just demonstrated both to you so you could see.
Yeah, because like if I do a remix, it won't allow me to do an OREF. Yeah, because it won't let me do an OREF. So then I do a remix, though. I can't do a remix with an OREF.
Right, but you don't have to. Look what I did. Look again. You ready? See my
Yes.
mouse? Okay.
Yes.
So here's my picture of the fabric, right? So I
Right.
can either grab the URL and use that URL as an OREF, or don't do that at all. Instead, click the remix button, which is over here on the right. Click remix strong. Then you don't need to add an OREF or any other thing. Don't even think about OREFs anymore if you do this method. All you have to do if you do this method is put your a model walks down the street, this sort of thing, with billowing silk rococo, I don't know, and a hat, whatever your prompt is, and it's gonna take this picture and try to remix it to a model.
Okay.
And you'll get something like this.
All right. Cool. I really appreciate this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Try one or the
thank you.
other. And then remember that creative subtle variation and creative upscale are both ways to clear up the faces, hands, feet.
Okay. I really appreciate this.
Absolutely.
I have to run to the doctor's.
Okay. Very good. Well, we are nearly out of time here ourselves. What were there any other questions, Midjourney questions besides Simone's? Did this clear up her face? No, that's not bad. I would still add the SREF of the courtesan with the hat, because this still doesn't look very courtesan-y or Moulin Rouge-y. But yeah. All right. Well, thanks everyone for being with us today on Promptcraft Live. We have another event coming up in just a few hours. If you are curious about the Midjourney Music Video Jam session, it is hosted by Kinky Kong. She is a delight. It is so much fun to be in these events, and I hope you will circle back and join us at whatever time that says for your local time. Thanks so much, everyone. Have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening. This is the conclusion